What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Who are you people?
You people.
You people.
I don't remember who came up with you people, but I remember being in the group chat.
That was Anthony.
That stands to reason.
Yeah. My Hamilton one was shot down very, very spectacularly.
Well, one of the original ideas was "fuck you" because
That's what you
it's
were pushing,
Fisher, Armstrong,
Quad-
Hamill,
yeah.
Quattlebaum, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow, that oddly works." Like, Dazed and Confused reference, but no, everybody shot that down. I was like, whatever.
It's
seemed
not an attractive
clever.
shirt.
People would think we're ripping off a movie.
Yeah.
It's not a good band name. It's not good merch. What's your favorite band with a shitty band name?
Mine is probably like Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup did have some jams.
Yeah, they had some jams.
I'm going to go with Electric Light Orchestra.
Okay. ELO?
Yeah, man. Well, ELO's a different band.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, dude. So the Electric Light Orchestra, hang on, the Electric Light Orchestra is one band.
Yeah.
And then one of the members left, and they had to change the name, and then they changed it to ELO. The same thing happened when they changed from Starship to Jefferson Starship.
Yeah. That makes sense now.
Yeah, what happened is it became Jeff Lynne's ELO and also ELO. ELO was formed out of their desire to blah, 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 blah. String of 10 albums. In 86, Lynne lost interest in the band and disbanded the group. Bevan responded by forming his own band, ELO Part 2, which later became The Orchestra. After a brief reunion from 2000 to 01, ELO remained largely inactive until 2014 when Lynne reformed the band again as Jeff Lynne's ELO.
Well, that's also like when their
History's
shit,
fun, right?
that's when they started getting popular again. Not too soon after that.
Yeah, and then they started playing like Red Rocks once a year.
Yeah. They were like a 40-year-old version. Everyone's like, that's a pretty cool song. And they looked it up and they were like, oh, okay. So.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah. They're wild, too.
That's an awesome name, man.
Yeah.
That could sound like any orchestra that's going to just destroy your people.
Yeah.
Like, you hear Trans-Siberian before they hear your word orchestra. Like, that's the orchestra where the Wolfmen take your wife and child away. And they're playing the metal that has come forth to, like, haunt you.
Worst band name. God.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is a terrible band name for a terrible band.
Well, okay, fair.
I get that
I'm
that's
not gonna-
subjective, but
You can just give it away now.
Fucking boo.
No, I
I mean, I'd have to think about that. Because, like, I honestly think, like, Soundgarden is a terrible band name.
that's fair.
And they were
Soundgarden's not a great band name.
They were an amazing fucking band.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit's another one.
It's a terrible name.
Yeah.
Hi, we're Jizz Cracker.
Then one guy left. Now they're just called Cracker.
Be with you, girl, like being low. Hey, 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 like being stoned. Cracker's also a terrible band name.
Seven Mary 3.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
I guarantee that came out of, like, the band members being like, we should call ourselves, like, Seven Pirates. And one would be like, they all had different. They were like, oh, just take the first word out of each of ours and make that our name.
Right.
And that's how you get bands with terrible names that don't last.
It was the Doobie Brothers. Before they were the Doobie Brothers, were their actual name was Pud.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the name was Pud, and the record company's like, you can't be Pud. You gotta stop. Pick a new name, and they picked Doobie Brothers.
Never would have known that.
Yeah.
It's because you don't research stuff aimlessly.
I have her just fall in your lap sometimes, to be honest with you. YouTube will just do that to you. Like, here's some cool fucking stories about how it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I watched a 3.5-hour documentary about the Seattle Mariners. I don't even like the Seattle Mariners. And I went and watched the whole thing. And it's a... and
Yeah,
it's-
but you love baseball.
Yeah, it's true. And it's fascinating how like that team just got started. And how terrible they were when they first started.
Well, how did it get started? Like
Like,
they had to be what year
we're
of
talking-
expansion were they?
Yeah, but they go back all the way to like 1925.
The Mariners?
Well, that not it just it's basically baseball in Seattle in general, right?
James, are these nuts any good?
That's what she said.
I
Hey,
mean,
hey, hey.
they're fine. I just don't like them.
But
Like
are they
they're-
stale?
No, I mean they're completely good to eat.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just don't like them.
All right. No, they had a baseball park, like a small one, and then some like transient bum burned it down, and they built a new stadium, and they called it Six Stadium, and they played minor league ball there for a while, and then they got a baseball team, and it all went south because like the stadium wasn't built for it,
The only current major league organization to have never played in the World Series.
Even though they have the best seasonal record ever in 2001.
They have the single season record?
Yeah, I think they still do. Yeah. And they had generational Hall of Fame talent, one after another, like all in like the same maybe 15-year span. They had like
Give me some for instances.
Ken Griffey Jr. played there.
He's a thing.
Like in his prime. Randy Johnson in his prime. Ichiro Suzuki, like most of his career.
Randy Johnson, the guy from the singing show?
No.
No.
I know.
No.
Not from American Idol.
Okay.
Oh, who is that?
The black
Randy,
guy.
Randy Jackson.
Jackson.
Oh, my bad. I'm racist.
I want to isolate that. We should isolate that. Oh, my bad. I'm racist. But yeah, no, it's one of those things that's just like how like they're one of those teams that like you like them, but you're just like, oh, they're gonna they're me basically. Like you like me, but you're like, oh, he's gonna fuck this up. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like.
This is actually fascinating.
Yeah.
The Mariners were created as a result of a lawsuit.
Yeah.
In 1970, in the aftermath of the Seattle Pilots' purchase and relocation to Milwaukee as the Milwaukee Brewers by Bud Selig,
Yeah.
the city of Seattle and the state of Washington sued the American League for breach of contract. Confident that Major League Baseball would return to Seattle within a few years, King County built a multi-purpose kingdom,
Yep.
which would become home to the National Football League's Seattle Seahawks in '76. The name Mariners was chosen by club officials in '76, and they became a team in '77. So they were like, there was a team, and then there wasn't, and they sued, and,
And
got
then
it
they were
back.
willed into existence.
Yeah. Like they had a team for a
Huh.
year, the Pilots, and they were like there for a year, and it was a shit show because their plumbing couldn't handle like that many people. They didn't fix the plumbing. They just built a bunch of seating, but not extra plumbing. And it got to the point where like there was overflows and all kinds of shit like that. They like get porta potties, and it was just the whole setup was a goddamn nightmare. And they played a year. And then they were like, "Nah, we're done." And they just like picked up their shit and moved to fucking Milwaukee. So, but they got fucked in that. Because
Isn't Bud Selig the fucking owner
he was the owner
of the Brewers?
of the Brewers and became the commissioner. But funny thing is that when they got the Pilots, they got rushed into that too. That wasn't even their fault. The Kansas City A's moved to Oakland, right, like in the 50s, and then Kansas City is fucking pissed, and their heads, like their senator, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was going to run with Kennedy in 1960 for vice president, but Lyndon Johnson pulled his bullshit and got in. But like he was like that high on the level of being a Democrat and being in power, like with Congress, and was so pissed that team got up and left that he threatened to pull the antitrust shit from baseball. So baseball was like, "Hey man, we'll put a team in there. I promise we're going to do expansion. We will totally put a team in Kansas City." He's like, "We'll do it in 3 years." And that senator was like, "Yeah, no, you're doing it next year." Well, I'm not waiting 3 years. You're giving me one right now. And because that shit has to be done in pairs to kind of keep the mathematical schedule making fucking correct, They were like, Seattle, you have a fucking team. And Seattle's like, what now? Okay, thanks. And they were not prepared for it at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like trying to move your entire house in a fucking Camaro. That's that's what they, you know, and you got to do it by the weekend.
Sometimes you just got to strap a couch to the roof of your F-body.
Yeah, it's so.
Yeah, this is like Hamill's exactly right. Like,
It's a fucking weird one, man. And that team was so bad. That team was like the first 15 years of their existence. They were a fucking joke.
but like,
Yeah.
just like the whole chaos that came with Seattle getting teams.
Yeah,
It's just fascinating. So like, the Pilots weren't originally set to play until 71
Yeah.
alongside the Royals.
yep,
However, it was moved up to 1969 under pressure of Senator Stuart Symington of Missouri, of
Yeah.
all people. Professional, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's...
yeah.
Yeah, everything he just said is correct. I'm just
Yeah.
like looking, it's fucking psychotic. And then they were there for literally
Yeah.
1 year.
And then so then in the 90s, they're still in the fucking Kingdome. Kingdome is now falling apart. It's just it's not what it used to be. It's outdated. All blah 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 blah. And they're like about to move the team again. Like they're gonna move the team again. They have a vote coming up towards the end of the season in '95, and we're talking like I want to say like mid-September or something like that. So Seattle's doing okay. They're not doing great, but all of a sudden the Angels, who are in first place, right, like month of September, like 11 games up, they all of a sudden just start fucking losing. They can't win a fucking game to save their life. They go on like a 12-game losing streak. Meanwhile, Seattle's like catching up to them. And then like right when the vote happens is during like the playing game to see who wins the division, who goes to the playoffs. So the people voted. They play the game. They win the division. They get in. So they count the votes and they realize like, oh fuck, it's gonna lose. They're not gonna get a new stadium. And they go and play the Yankees. They lose 2 in a row, and everyone's like, oh, this is the end of the Mariners. After the Yankees sweep them, they're gonna fucking be like, you know, the Austin fucking Rangers or some shit. I don't know. They're gonna move them somewhere. And then Seattle proceeds to like just win these epic games like Game 3 and Game 4, and then get to Game 5, and they win Game 5 and move on to the American League Championship Series. And it was like one of those weird magical rides in like sports where like all of a sudden the team that shouldn't win is winning. It had that vibe to it, like holy fuck, and then actually saved the team because they actually
They got a fan base all of a sudden.
They got a fan base all of a sudden, and they also the vote. They basically the council can like override it and vote, you know, to actually pass it if sentiment changes, and that's what happened. There are people who voted no for the stadium who after the playoffs were like, no, I want them to stay here, and then they got that stadium and they were fucking they were in. But if they lose that series like 3-0 to the Yankees and the Yankees stop them out, they're not there anymore. The Seattle Mariners are no longer a thing.
And now they're getting a hockey team,
Yep.
the Kraken.
Jesus. Yeah. That's one that, as a someone hockey fan, that one makes no sense, honestly. The NHL's putting teams in weird places.
Seattle's near the ocean. Let's give them an ocean monster name. That says hockey.
Yeah, but giving fucking Seattle, Washington a team makes a shit ton more sense than Dallas. It's an
Dude, I know.
ice-based fucking...
No arguments here. I fucking agree. The fact that we have a hockey team in fucking Phoenix, it's like we're tempting God. You know, I'm like, ha ha, God. We play a sport on ice in the desert. What, bitch? What? You know what I mean? It just feels like you're just tempting fate. You're tempting God. You know.
There's no God.
Probably not, but I'm just saying, it's just, that's like some fucking like, what's those 2 towns in the fucking Bible that get burned down? The fuck are
Sodom
they?
and Gomorrah.
Thank you.
Based on what you just said, I would
Yeah.
like to point out that the Seattle Kraken
Yeah.
will play their first home games
Yeah.
in Climate Pledge Arena.
Oh, for fuck. Yeah, I heard about this. God, Jesus.
I just the irony of that is
Oh my God.
fucking
I would like to
amazing.
know what Climate Pledge Arena is.
Dude. So, not a fan of this.
Go ahead.
Not a fan of this broad whatsoever. Not a fan. But did you hear what happened to Greta Thunberg?
Nope.
Holy fuck, it's hilarious. So,
Got fat.
Okay, that's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna
Get
get to
bitch
that.
slapped?
No, kind of, sort of, verbally,
for it.
verbally.
Nah, but
So-
she didn't get fucking. I don't care.
Okay, no. So she's been going after a bunch of these countries but the one that everyone kind of pokes a hole in her theory about is China. Like, why don't you ever mention China? Well, she did just recently, and China is pissed. And so, like, their state-run newspapers are basically like, oh, she's just a girl. She's like 18. What does she fucking know? Like, that's basically like the tone of all the articles. And then, like, this one that's like, listen, this basically what they said was like, this fat bitch needs to fucking worry about her own carbon emissions, if you know what I mean. That was like in their New York Times. And they show like the worst photo of Greta I've ever seen in my life with like 4 fucking chins.
Yes.
Just, we've all had a bad photo day. Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just the worst photo you could have. And Greta's just like, wow, this is weird. Okay. Like, they were like, not like trying to discredit her. They were just calling her fat and ugly and dumb. And it was kind of weird to be.
And she's kind of ugly and dumb.
Well,
I don't know
yeah.
if she's fat or not.
But at least you attack her ideas, you're just like, now look at this fat bitch. She didn't know nothing about climate. Like, that's what they were saying. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it was
I like how China's like 1950s America.
Yeah, dude, there was a chain of McDonald's in Beijing. Okay, that's fine. It happens to the best of us.
no. It's actually been confirmed as Photoshop
Okay, that's fine. I think that's
because that's what she looks like.
yeah. No, but it doesn't really matter. But I'm just that's the
It's
photo that
funny.
they used though.
It's
yeah,
funny. Like
yeah. They picked. Yeah.
Oh no, the Chinese government used a photo-doctored image in their Chinese corporate propaganda newspaper.
Oh, how could they?
How will we ever survive?
I thought they had integrity.
they also like. I mean, it's an interesting thing that they look at Westerners in general as just being like fat, lazy, and dumb.
Yeah.
That's the perception.
You know what
like,
country
like,
el-
like
yeah.
let's be honest. Like
Yeah.
all the stereotypes and biases that we hold
Yeah.
upon every other country or nationality or ethnicity,
Yeah.
those are
You know what
against.
America is?
There's plenty
I
of
can-
those against us
I
too.
can tell you exactly what America is right now. This is what America is. We are a nation of very easily distracted sociopaths and psychopaths. That's what we are. We're seriously,
But we're also a nation where anyone can get rich and have a success story.
absolutely too. I'm just saying, like, as far as us as a people, that's what we are. But also at the same time, like, if you fuck with us, we will kill you. Like, we will. We are not fucking around. We will empty the clip in your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We're like that guy that shows up at the party. He's like, yeah, you guys having a good time? Keep having a good time. Yeah, we're having a good time. And no one says anything because as soon as someone's like, hey, man, I'm tired of having a good time, we're like, I will destroy you. I said have a good time.
yeah, yeah, baby. But
Do you honestly think that we're the only country that you can start from nothing and become something?
No, but I think it's one of the countries where it's the easiest.
I would.
where if you walked into the place and you know what I'm saying, like, you just got here.
There's more self-made millionaires in this country than any other country.
Oh, I can't argue that.
Yeah.
I mean, but that doesn't necessarily make it the easiest.
It's Fresh Startsville.
Like-
That's what it is.
How does it not make it the easiest? If more millionaires come out of here than anywhere else in the world, like I get that third world countries aren't pumping out millionaires unless there's heavy exploitation going on. But there's a lot of first world countries that way outpopulate us, and we're still building the most millionaires?
Because freedom, baby. Freedom.
But
America.
Right. I'm not saying this place is perfect, but I
Yeah.
think we got the best shot here. Sure as fuck wouldn't want to do this in Canada.
Yeah, no, Canada would fucking steamroll us. I used to think that Canada wasn't that bad, and then through COVID, I was like, wow, Canada's fucking bad. I'm
number
like,
10, Switzerland. 9, Canada, Spain, India, Brazil, Netherlands, Germany, China, Japan, and the United States.
USA.
Minted the most new millionaires with the most recent data.
Top of the list, son.
yeah, yeah,
Is that
yeah.
necessarily a good thing?
You know, it's a great.
How is it not
it's
a good
great,
thing?
It's a great thing. No, I mean, it just shows that like you could come here. Like, man, people talk shit about this place a lot. And granted, a lot of it's deserved. I'm not saying it's not, but at the same time, like, what other country in this world can you leave a war torn area and we're like, bring it in? Like, we may not be the nicest people to you when you're here, but we're not going to turn you away. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm sure there's a bunch of countries that take in refugees.
You
I
be-
feel like
not
it's
refugees,
like,
like,
a
no,
flex.
Not even like refugees. I mean, like you could start a refugees means you're hunkering down until shit calms down. Like you could be like, I'm sick of this. I'm moving to the land of opportunity. I'm moving to America.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, it's hard to get in. But let's just say
you can be,
I'm
but-
not even worried about immigration at this point. I'm talking about people in America have a better chance of becoming a millionaire than in any other country. And per capita, that's a wild ride to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's great. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not possible anywhere else. I'm just saying here it's like
No,
he was saying.
No.
Yeah.
I think that
Shit, my bad.
it's not even the same coin. Yeah, I mean, we've always billed ourselves as the U.S. the land of opportunity.
Yeah.
Fine. I'm not going to criticize this. But there is something interesting to be said about us having, according to Credit Suisse, 40% of the millionaires in the world are in this country.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it could also be because of
Is it-
taxes.
But that is an amazing market share and sets a precedent for anyone else that's willing to put into work to be able to achieve that.
But we,
How is that bad?
because we also have the highest wealth gap of any country.
I don't know about that.
No, we do.
I really don't.
Show me that.
India? Over India? There's people living in shit huts in that fucking place. Like, come on.
There's people living in shit huts in
Not
this
like
country.
there. Not like there, man. It's like, it's weird. Their caste system is still alive and kicking. I mean, ours is kind of there, but it's vague. So it's you get day passes and stuff.
We're third.
Okay, I was gonna, who's
China and India.
I was gonna say. All right, yeah. I was
But
like,
that's based on population and percentage of population.
yeah,
We have 1/5 of the population of either of those countries.
yeah. Well,
and our population is still only third.
but like, what's the remedy though? How do you fix it? I mean, that's the case. I mean, I'm not saying like it's not a thing, but like,
Well,
Okay, but let's look at that for example.
yeah,
We have the country where we have the third highest rate of what would you say what is it, wealth gap?
yeah.
yep.
But we also have the country with the greatest odds of overcoming that wealth gap.
Yeah,
That
but clearly
speaks
it's not
endlessly.
necessarily working.
Yeah, I
If
mean,
we're producing 40% of the world's millionaires against the world's third hardest chances,
So
I'm not saying this country is amazing, James. I'm not standing up for everything about it.
if
But these are statistics. If we have the third worst wealth gap, is that what you implied, correct?
yes, correct.
But we are pumping out 40% of the millionaires on the planet?
But what
That makes it even more impressive.
I disagree because it doesn't create wealth of the country.
I never said anything about creating wealth of the country. I'm taking a very specific thing that you are proving with facts.
Yeah, okay.
And you are trying to import it into a bigger picture of what is wrong with the country.
No, not at all.
All I said was America is
maybe
the
a little.
easiest country to become a millionaire. And 40% of them come from America. You've proven that. You also then tried to disprove how great it is by saying that we have the third largest pay gap, right? Or
Wealth gap.
wealth gap. And people still overcome the third worst wealth gap in the world so we can produce 40% of the world's millionaires.
Okay.
That makes it like the fact that those numbers exist in that contrast make this place fucking awesome.
But what good does that do anybody but those individuals?
It means that anyone can do it.
If in the world with the greatest opportunity, there's technically the third greatest potential of failure against countries with billions living in them, and we have what 330 million, and
Okay.
our disparity over that bell curve. Like you would assume,
James,
what was the first?
hang
Hold
on.
on. What was
Okay.
the first fucking thing that both of you said when said India? They live in fucking hovels. I was like, they do here too.
Actually, I didn't say that. That was all Jake.
But
was
it's
me.
100% true. If we have the third biggest wealth gap, we are no different than China and India as
but
far
we're
as
producing
like people.
far more millionaires than those countries.
We're producing
so
an
here
equivalent-
you have the best odds.
But we're producing a commensurate amount of people living in abject poverty. And so
Sure.
for us to look at like, okay, you have the opportunity here, we're no better than these motherfuckers where it's like people living in abject
James,
poverty.
I never claimed to
We're
be
not much better than
anyone.
Brazil.
James, in this conversation, I never claimed to be better than anyone. I never claimed superiority over anything. I said, and you've proven, that this is the easiest country to become a millionaire. That was it. That's all I was stating. That's rad. That means that you have a great opportunity to become a millionaire. You have a great opportunity to become a millionaire. I have a great opportunity to become a millionaire. But you know how I know it's possible? Because your mom, not of this country, if I remember right, correct?
Yeah, go for it.
And she became a self-made millionaire, right? That is rad.
This is an accurate statement.
That is absolutely epic. It just further proves that anyone that puts in the work can do it.
So in a
And we have the, like, while there is, I'm not denying abject poverty, James.
yes, but you have
I'm not denying that
an
at
equal,
all.
if not greater, amount of possibility of falling into abject poverty in
Guess
this
what,
country.
James?
Yeah, we're-
I have that risk every day
just
right
saying.
now anyway.
Yeah.
You have
I
the
would
same-
rather put in the work to try and become a millionaire than just dance on the edge of poverty
So
my whole
put
life.
this into perspective. You have a greater chance of falling into poverty in this country as you do in Indonesia, Pakistan, and Brazil.
I mean,
It's true.
So
I could be homeless tomorrow,
what's your,
James.
What's your risk
and within
reward?
6 weeks.
Whereas if I went and lived in a country as, let's say, as beautiful as like the fucking Barbuda, Grenada, the Barbados, Iceland, I have an almost equivalent chance of doing neither. I get to just live life.
Okay.
just
do you
a-
want to live in Iceland? I don't.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Get him, killer. That's your choice.
Belize.
Fine. Are they going to let you? Do you have the resources to get there and make that happen?
We used to before our
That's
passports
not what
stopped
I
having
asked you
power.
now. I asked, do you have the power? Not did you used to.
Of course,
Not
everybody
could
has the
you
power
used
to do
have.
that.
Yeah, but isn't it easier just to become a millionaire here than to uproot everything to live a normal life in another country? That's boring.
With a
You
higher
can live
quali-
a normal life here.
I don't have to be a millionaire to live a millionaire, like an equivalent millionaire's life here in a lot of other places in this world.
That's rad.
Like,
But
here,
I
you
like
almost,
it here.
You almost have
James,
No.
I
I'm not-
love it here. I wake up every day and I start my V8 and my dick gets hard because I'm in fucking America.
America.
Like, you can talk all the shit you want, but you're never going to make me think this is a bad place to live. Is our government fucked? Absolutely. Is the government fucked in every first world country? Abso-fucking-lutely. America's fucked, but it's also amazing. It's awesome.
It is kind of like
I'm going to be a millionaire, James. I'm going to be a millionaire in 10 calendar years. And not just I'll have made $1 million. Like, I will be a fucking millionaire in 10 years. Because anyone can do it in this country. You just got to figure out what you're good at. And I just cracked the fucking code, James. I know how I'm going to make my millions. America's awesome.
yeah. Oh, bummer.
I don't even know what it is because I don't have the screen up here anymore.
Oh, is it America?
I mean, I'm assuming it was that movie, right? America.
I fucking
fuck yeah.
That movie is hilarious. I don't
Ah,
know.
dude, it did not age well for me. I have a hard time watching it. I get bored with it now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, oh. I did the same thing with South Park, bigger, longer, uncut.
Yeah, I tried
I
watching.
can't watch that anymore. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah. Africa. I think it's just playing through your thing. Hello, yeah. Motherfucking day, yeah. It's only playing through your laptop. Okay. Sorry. I'm like, hey,
don't have that
hey, you know that thing that you obviously have noticing? I don't know if you're noticing. Hey.
Right, it's like when your wheel falls off and then your air tire pressure monitor's like, hey, something happened.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, he smiled. He figured something out.
Oh, okay.
Nope, no, now he's got a frowny face.
I know why it's doing it.
He knows, but he can't do anything about it at this time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's okay.
So we're going to power through, and you'll have to Google your own version of America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Just insert America fuck yeah right into this clip. Boom.
America, fuck yeah. Don't have to pay royalties because I am singing.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Best part of the song is when they go, Republicans, fuck yeah. Democrats, fuck yeah. 32. Yeah.
I think
get
that's the
nuked,
appropriate
yeah.
amount of time now that
And
we're
I talked
live
over
on
part of
YouTube.
it, so it's fine. We're fine.
Should be.
Yeah.
I watched enough reaction videos. I don't know how they get
That
around
was
it.
for educational purposes.
Yes.
That was not for monetary purposes. I do not own the rights to that music or that video.
I think I can get a license now.
I don't care. I do not own the rights for that music or that video, and it was for educational purposes.
How much it cost for a license?
I mean, I think you just pay like a fee and you get a BMI license, right? But then they zap you, and then you can test it. Like, no, I have a BMI license. We're okay.
Yeah, I'd have to prove it on our account, and it's worth it. I mean, because you just pay a negotiated rate, but
But we don't play enough music on here that it's worth it. I
I'd
don't
like to
think.
play more. I really would. I'd like to have like random beds where it's just underneath.
Yeah.
It would be fun for me to like do that bit of production.
Make fake commercials, like fake like radio ad commercials. Yeah.
James's ball lotion brought to you by Dr. Slimy Hands.
Ladies, are you afraid of your balls sticking to your legs?
Oh my god, I hate it when my balls stick to my legs. That's why I shave.
With Bear's coconut oil.
Oh, I would never shave with coconut oil. That sounds dangerous.
I shaved one time with conditioner because I ran out of.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a rough shave.
That sounds like a burn.
It was. It was not fun. But I did it because I ran out of fucking shaving cream and I had like really gnarly ass.
I like
beard.
the way it butt, you know, fucking did it. And shit
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, we've all been poor. It
Kiss
happened.
my ass, right?
Yeah, that's the worst when you run out of one thing and you didn't think that you were gonna run out of. Like when you're broke, like all of a sudden one morning you get in the shower and you're like, oh, that's right, I don't have any shampoo. Fuck. Or like you know.
I've been really good about that for a long time, making sure I have just toiletries.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh man, I'm over 40. Like I shouldn't really know. There's no excuse for me to ever not have toilet paper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's true. That's a weirdly weird thing that you could probably like, screw a whole date up on. You know what I'm saying? Like she uses
Yeah.
your bathroom and then notices you have no toilet paper.
Right.
And you're 40. Like, oh man. I'm looking down that barrel. That's gonna be fun.
A barrel of living without toilet paper.
Well, no. Yeah, I just every time I take a shit, I just take a shower right afterwards. Fuck it. Just.
Sometimes depends on how solid it was.
Yeah.
Depends on how much time I've got.
Yeah.
I like to shower.
I mean, if it's gonna be watery, I'll probably just stay in the
You
shower.
take more than one shower a day?
Occasionally. Only
It's one of my favorites.
only if I get fucking like sweaty and filthy, but I don't often. So like if I come home and I'm like, or I do something, I'm be like, I'm fucking covered in dirt and I'm sweating like and like I go.
No, there's
"Ugh."
definitely a
Like, if
take
I
a
could
shower
smell my
at the
own
end of the
fucking
day to
musk.
wash the day
Yeah.
off. But like, I love that shower in the morning to wake myself up.
Yeah, it's better than coffee. It's better than any caffeine.
I love that shower at the end of the day to wash it all off before I go to bed.
It's a good call.
On a day where I've been lazy and jerking off a lot, I love that midday shower so I can have a clean work surface again for the afternoon.
You have like a tiny hole put in right here, like a fucking chef's table,
Colostomy bag.
and you just push all your dead cum into that hole. Like,
Oh, fuck.
like
It's gross. Why would I do that to myself?
That'd be easy cleanup.
No, it's not. You'd have a hole in you.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
You're talking about scraping it off the cutting board.
Yeah.
into-
Yeah.
I mean, you can still scrape it off your stomach.
Yeah.
You can use a lot of things. I use an old credit card.
There's a pizza cutter.
Oh, it's a
Dough cutter.
rotating and it's sharp.
Not a pizza cutter, a dough cutter. I'm just,
a dough blade.
dough blade. Yeah.
I use an old credit card and I just scrape it off like a squeegee.
That's what gift cards are for.
I mean, it's basically what it is. It's like
You
a
like-
gift credit card or whatever, like
You like
a
the-
Visa gift card or
It's like,
whatever.
oh, ugh, thanks, Mom. Thanks for the TJ Maxx card. What's up?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's been a while since I've done multiple dabs. And holy
It's
shit!
hitting him hard, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
I wasn't
it's-
prepared. He's a little flabbergasted.
I had to like flex my weed muscles today at work.
I don't you work at a liquor store?
Yeah. Well, no. I was talking about weed with the dude
Oh.
that I worked with, and he's just like, I'm like, I just wonder how the dabs. I just can't do them for some reason anymore. Like, and he goes, yeah, man, I could dab all day. I'm like, oh, can you now? Can you? And he goes, yeah. What do you think you're better than me? I'm like, you're talking to the 2015 Can Olympics champion. I'm like, you motherfucker. I have a T-shirt. I'll bring it in. He's just like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, and then I described it to him, and he's just like, you won that contest? I'm like, yeah. But I didn't tell him the other part where it's like it was because of by default. 'Cause nobody fucking showed up but me, and I was like into the championship round. Like,
You just have.
But he did. He's got
You
that
guys gonna
shirt. He
bring
won
that
the-
shit back?
I don't even run with those people anymore, man. It's beyond me. It might already exist, and they just cut me out of the loop this time.
wow.
I just gotta. I gotta believe that got touchy with the like COVID thing.
Oh, it was dead way before COVID.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's too bad. It seemed like such a wonderful idea, like grossly irresponsible.
Remember roughly the week that we lost the ability to use your words?
Yeah. Oh God.
That was
It's
about
like
the
4 or
same
5 years
death
ago.
stroke. They both died at the same time.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it was all the same
He,
umbrella.
he just brought it back. Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got stuff on Facebook. I see it. That's how I know.
Oh, word! I didn't know
Yeah.
he brought anything back. I don't Facebook.
Tap out. Bear,
I have an
doing
open
X?
mic every Sunday at Antero Hall at X Saloon.
It was wild last week.
Dude, so last night, I
last night,
show
last
up,
night.
right? I show up every week at 7 o'clock. From 7 to 8, I help comics write jokes. Not write jokes, but like, if you have a joke, I'll help you write tags for it. I'll help you flush out a premise or whatever. And then 8 o'clock list happens. 8:30 we start roughly. So last night at 8:30, there's about, what, 5 comics?
Yeah, it's like about 5.
Like me and 4 comics,
Yeah.
roughly. And there is a rave in the big room.
The stage room.
Yeah, there is a rave in the big room.
Okay, so you're in the bar room.
We are in the bar room. But there is a rave in the big room. There is Avalanche. Was it playoff hockey or
Yes.
just Avalanche hockey?
playoff hockey.
So Avalanche playoff hockey in the small room.
And then where was the
And there's
Logan
a dude.
Paul fight?
Hang on. The Logan
There's
Paul
more.
fight didn't. I had to look up the Logan Paul fight on my own when I got home. Out on the cigarette patio, there is a dude playing the acoustic guitar with an amp all night. A lot of 90s songs, butchered the lyrics to a lot of great shit. But like he could play the melody well enough that you knew what he was playing. You know what I mean? I made the executive decision to wait until after the hockey game, so I was only competing with 2 other things in the bar.
That's fair.
I mean, it makes fucking sense.
Right. And then we drew a small crowd, some of the people that were there for the hockey game and some of the people that were there for the rave.
Fuck yeah. That's gonna. I mean, I like the. That's a good venue. Like for those of you that haven't been down to the Antero Hall, Mike, on Sundays, it's a fucking cool room.
Yeah.
Like the whole place is kind of built. Like the fact that it can hold what Bear just described, and they don't. Like I imagine the rave might have been a little overwhelming from a sound perspective.
No, because you can close the door at the end of the hallway by the kitchen,
But like, listen to what he's saying. Like, this is a big enough facility to handle all of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
a
not
rave, an
necessarily
open mic.
compete.
Hockey fans, like, dude, it was a lot. There's a lot going on. But like, once we started the mic, it went smooth. I thought.
Fuck yeah.
I think that young dude banged one of the ravers, so good for him.
Right.
Badass.
And so,
Yeah.
and your plug one more time.
Oh, the Halfpenny Brewing, Arapahoe Road, Littleton / Centennial. Shanae Ross headlining, Mandy K, Movita featuring. It's my first show that I've ran since Sexy Pizza, which everyone remembers that. Not really. 5 people would come a week. It's fine.
Do you need tickets?
No tickets. Just show up.
Is there no door?
No door. Just show up. We just want
Giddy
asses
up.
and seats and buying beers. Your tickets. Buy beers. Instead of I don't want your cash. I want you to use that said cash to buy beer. Buy fucking beer.
Support a local brewery.
Yeah, they're really cool people and they're pretty good beer. I don't drink beer that much, so like I had one. So it was all right, but I'm not a beer guy, so like I'm not their target audience. So come on out and see what's going on. You should like it.